Well, hello and welcome people of the internet back to some more NEODUEL backpack monsters. Without further ado, let's just hop right into it today. Jump in right off the bat, and perfect start here actually. One of the things that I want to try out, there's a couple different builds. I mean, there's a lot of different builds obviously, but a couple of things that I want to do is either build like an air elemental team that's built around crit, or we could do like a swarm build, which we kind of already have here with the Cricco, and kind of go for a lot of attackers and just kind of buff them up. Plin is one that's actually pretty good at doing that, considering the fact that it doesn't use any energy. While it does look pretty unassuming, there are a couple different ways that we can actually buff it up and really use it to our advantage. Now, probably going to grab the Mira here too. While Mira, Mira's one that we kind of get rid of early, but in order to just not kind of like lose, we need some kind of damage here. And here, I'm not really crazy about anything here, so I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. Or actually, might actually go, hang on, I want to do a quick check here on the Mira versions, because we have a couple different versions of Mira here that we can combine. I know I don't want that one, but as for, let's see, so water here is just gain flow. There was an air one too, and what does air do? Air is gain 2 haste, so we could potentially build into those, although this one is inflict acid. Yeah, I don't think that, basically because I was thinking, because there's a Kepre right here that we could build into if we wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to save my other coin. Let's go ahead and jump right into the battle and get her done. Pretty much the same exact build here. Pretty much the same build. Let's go ahead and speed it up to 2x. It's going to come down to who misses more, and unfortunately, actually, they have haste on their side, which is a bit of a benefit there. They're getting it from the drib, but we did win, which is a nice early win. We take those. Now, we could just take the drib. There is basically, if you take 4 different dribs, you can combine them up into an epic, and then there is an air serpent that you can combine into a pretty strong legendary. Now, the downside to him is that he does use a lot of energy to attack, but he is very strong. If you're using like the single attack build, he's pretty good. But I don't know that we're going to go that way. I haven't had the greatest luck with that build, so I think I'm going to pass it by and not actually go that route today. So let's go ahead, and here we're going to grab, we'll grab a Stonk Tiger for sure, Stonk Stripe. Get some more space here, and color good. Unfortunately, not getting a lot of support here that we need early on, but hopefully we can get a little bit of gold, kind of build it up over time, and hopefully kind of explode later on. Kind of what I expected. Kind of expected a loss here. Not surprising. We're going against Thorns and Regen. That's going to be pretty tough when we don't have any Regen ourselves. Now, we have Attacker Cosmions gain 2 additional damage, which is going to be good for that Swarm build that I was talking about. Reflecting damage, gain shield. Now, let's take the Muscle Ups. Let's go for the Muscle Ups. That kind of leads us in a direction. That's what I was looking for. Something to lead me in a direction and kind of determine which way we want to go. Now, both these guys are pretty... They don't use any energy, so there's no sense in taking a Fleo. We could work on making a baby... or a Dragoon. Actually, I'm just going to grab the baby dragon because he has 2 additional damage. And he's just another free attacker. And what do we got here? 33% chance to double attack. I think I'm just going to take another Cricco here. At this point, we can take these guys since they do a lot, you know, minimum 3 damage. And this is going to seem like a strange pickup, but I am going to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to lock the Sugekko, take the Stonk Stripes. This might seem like a strange pickup, right? Because we're kind of not doing the whole flow thing. The reason I want to take Sugekko, though, is because one of the ways that we can go about scaling this really well, there is a water crab that we can take. Holy moly, what is going on with your damage? Duel lost. Okay. There's a crab we can take that uses flow to increase strength, and if we do that, we can go ahead and work on all these. Now, we do need something air here to make it so that Plin doesn't consume any energy. So let's go ahead and take the Sugekko. Again, we don't really... It doesn't really matter. We can even put it there for now. You kind of just hold on to it till later. Fortunately, we do have the other drib here now. And I'm going to wait on a second one until later, but let's go ahead and take the space. there's another Plin, which we will take, and unfortunately, we're going to wait on the Essence. We're going to need that eventually. Get the Clarity, get a whole bunch of accuracy bonuses. Clued here is interesting, though I don't think we're not really going to be a Fog build, I don't think. So let's just go ahead and start the duel again. Let's go ahead and 3 exit now. Should have no problem taking this one out with only their 2 Krikos. We kind of have them beat Kriko to Kriko. There we go. So let's go ahead and take this rare essence, and we can actually just go ahead and give it to Mira. That's totally fine. She's going to give us haste, make us attack a bit faster, which is more than fine when all our guys are free. Although we do need some, you know what? Maybe I am going to take Drib here. Initially, I wasn't going to, but I think the fact that we just need air to make Plin free, I think I just need to take the Drib. And let's see, we could, yeah, I'm not going to take the Clued here. Do I want the Slimy? I think I do want the Slimy. Mostly because if we get air essences, this is going to give us increased cooldown, allow us to attack faster. And let's take a Kriko as well. Although I think this Kriko I might actually fuse into a Bragoon, because Bragoon is just maybe. No, I should probably get more different attacks going. If we're gonna try a swarm build, that only makes sense. There we go. Okay, we're still not doing so hot. I would like some regen. Regen would be super nice. So having the haste now is going to be super nice to get. Capcop is pretty good. Gains a damage whenever he hits. And so if we can increase his or decrease his cooldown, make him attack a bit faster, that'll be beneficial. So let's go ahead and put him in right there. We need some more space now. There we go. There's a little bit of regen. We'll take that. There's another Plin. We could also, well, we don't really have enough slimes, though I kind of want to make this Hakista work, but we're kind of short. We're not really going that direction. Yeah, so let's just save the Plin. We desperately need some more inventory space now to kind of fill this up. So yeah, ooh, this might be a tough build here. Yeah, the stuns here are just gonna be really tough for us. Let's see, nature Cosmions every time. Yeah, we're going to reroll all these. Not really what we're going for. Gain 1 random legendary Cosmion. That could be very good. Let's see what we get. That is literally the best one we could have gotten. Or at least close to it. Gale Wing is incredibly strong. We're literally going to swap everything out for this thing right now. Yeah, these can all go. Let's see. So let's go ahead and build you up right here first. Let's see. I don't want to put you over there because I don't want you combining with anything. That's all fine. We'll get the regen. Baby Dragon, you can come out now because at this point we don't need that much damage. Slime, actually, Baby Dragon are going back in because Slimy's coming out. Okay, so we have another Plin. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that because we will eventually want it, but at this point I really just need, there's another Drib. Man, we're okay. I need inventory space. Man, the game's telling me to play Hakista. The game is telling, but I'm so far away, and especially with Gale Wing now, you just can't make that happen. There we go. There's some space. Let's go ahead and make this work. Oh, let's see. We'll put in the air mirror. Actually, no, we're gonna be too heavy on. Actually, I need to. Let's do this. Let's do this. So now both of those are triggering. How do I get? What do I need? I need you to target air. So let's do. Oh, wait. Okay. I need to flip these around. But now that's weird. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little weird, but it's going to work out. It's going to work out. Okay. Pop these in. Do I pop you in? No, I don't pop you in. I pop Plin in. There we go. Might as well pop some. Actually, we can put in air mirror. So this is one of the weird things. So right, all of our criticals cost 0. Drib is obviously taking some energy here. Actually, because we have Drib. Yeah, air mirror is pretty expensive. I'm gonna lose the Drib. So there's a weird thing here where the energy, it says energy usage is very high. If we go up here, it does say 4.22. We do gain 2 energy per second. However, if we remove this air mirror, you're going to see, okay, sometimes it changes, sometimes it doesn't. So you can see it right there. Like I popped it in and it didn't change. So that's a little weird. Another thing that's kind of odd is, so it is going to say energy usage is high, but the reason for that is it's accounting for the energy used by plins. The game does not recognize things like the link abilities or like energy regeneration until we actually get into the game. So it's basically calculating this as part of energy generation, even though it's not consuming anything because it's linked up. It's a little weird. I wish stuff like this that was guaranteed would be accounted for, but of course it's a little bit weird when you start adding in like 4 percentage points in there, although you could probably do some math and figure out here. Definitely wish that that was added in so that way we could figure that out. Same thing can be said about crit rate and crit damage, all those kind of modifiers. So for example, here we're getting clarity, which is giving us crit chance, crit damage, right? But it's not actually being reflected in the tooltips. It will be reflected once we actually get in the game though. And there's another plin for us. But at this point, I just need more space. Okay, I'm not going to roll anymore. We're just going to go. At this point, man, if we're not getting wins with Gale Wing, oh boy. Yeah, this thing should absolutely smoke them. Although that's a lot. This is taking so long because they have so much regen. I mean, look at the damage. Scaling 410 damage. How much do they heal? 240. Not even that. 240 plus another 240. Yeah, so 480. That's a lot. That is a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead. Well, that's kind of leading into the crit build. But we already have, well, we have our Gale Wing, but we're not even close to fusing that up, so we're not going to be doing that. Yeah, I just need, man, I need space. There's our crab. So we're going to buy that just to hold on to it for later. At this point, I'm just going until I find, I mean, at this point, I'm just going, we have the air essence, so let's go ahead and grab that. Going to take some time off here. Take you out, put you there. Combine those. There we go. Okay, we're starting to get some space. Good, because the more space we get, right, we have like these free attackers that I want to start getting in. And of course, I have a bunch of space here that I need to work out. We could also like potentially, I mean, this is a lot of space here, but we could potentially add like burn into the equation here. This actually, Matrot actually isn't too bad since now we're getting crit rate and crit damage for clarity. For every 10 buffs you have gives 3% crit chance. We're not really getting a lot of buffs right now. I mean, we're getting some haste, so that's not too bad. I think though I want to get a little bit more regen. We're still kind of low there. I think I'm gonna save the Matrot though. Maybe. Maybe not. We already have a bunch of damage here that I need to work towards. Yeah, so let's do that. All right, let's start her out. I'm likely going to be selling the Drib here coming up soon. Not too bad. Even, let's see, did they have, yeah, okay, so overall, this acid is really not affecting us. Had they grabbed the, if they had the upgrade that allows acid to then do damage to our health, we probably would have lost this. Would have been close. Would have been a lot closer. For sure. But that's very powerful if you can get that going. There we go. Okay, so we have this going. So let's go ahead and swap this up a little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of... There we go. We need something air. We need something air over here. Like that. Max that out. Perfect. Although this baby dragon is screwing things up Baby dragon, get over here. Let's see, what do we got? Man, at this point, just give me space. Give me something. There we go. There's something. Okay, at this point, I'm not buying more plans because I gotta get these. I gotta get these two working. 5 spaces, so we have enough for the 5 spaces. Okay, so I think at this point I should probably start working these into the equation. So let's go ahead and move these around. I'm just gonna clear everything out here to make it a little bit easier on myself. Let's see. So if we do something like this, we can do a little bit of this, do a little bit of this. That gets that up. That targets all these. Since these are are these our fastest attackers? They are. So Plins are our fastest attacker. So we're going to get a bunch of flow here, which we can then... Let's see. So we don't really care about gaining the two flow at the start. It's obviously nice, but it's not something that we need to necessarily force. But it's pretty easy to, considering it's just... yeah, why did you pop out? I've noticed that's been happening recently. I don't know why, but we can link with anything so that it will give us a little bit more flow to start with. Let's get our regen. Just pop that up there. You put that down there, so that way you trigger faster. Actually, we don't want to do that. We want to do that. We can put you over here. Put you guys over here. We got our Toigas. Then we can go ahead. We're getting rid of these guys. Do have another Plin. Okay, we can hold off on that. Yeah, we need a bunch of space here. Let's go ahead and open this up. Not going for the fog this build. We do have another air essence, which I think I'm gonna grab. It does, so it's showing that these fuse, we don't want to fuse these. Water and ice turns into, or excuse me, water and air turns into ice, and it's gonna make it start applying frostbite whenever things trigger. And frostbite is basically whenever you get to 10 stacks, it deals 50 damage, and then the stacks clear. But we don't want that. We definitely want to get the flow. Why is this not linking? Oh, because you have to link to melee. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and do that instead. There we go. There we go. We can do a little bit of that. That works totally fine. So let's go ahead. I am going to grab the air essence because we're likely going to want maybe some more air slimies or something like that. Don't need the Fleo. We can do have another Suigeko. We got to see how we're doing right now, though. This triggers every 3.5 seconds, so it's almost double this. So if we're getting... Let's see. So if we're getting 3... So we're getting 6 every 4 seconds. This is consuming 4 every 3.5. That's too much math for me. That's too much math for me. All right. Do we want the rare essence? That gives us a little bit more crit rate and crit damage. I don't know if we necessarily want that. Because we already have one for Slimy. I think I'm going to grab it, though, just to make sure that we can grab it. Oh, wait, are these guys? No. These aren't going to combine. Okay, good. Good. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. Could just grab another Plin. Just swap these. Make it free. Nice. Go. Now, if we could get, as our last upgrade... there's an upgrade that gives a Siphon, and Siphon would be very good. So let's take a look at our damage here. How many stacks did we actually get? So we got 5 stacks. So these guys are doing like 9 damage a piece, and they're attacking 1.83 seconds. Not too bad. Gale Wing is still obviously outshining everybody in terms of damage. Yeah, you can see they're kind of doing the same thing here, a little bit different. But for the most part the same, right? They have the Etheru, which is just the first version of the Gale Wing. They also have an Air Kepra, which is pretty good. On hit, gain 2 haste. So they're getting a little bit more haste than us, but we're going more for the Swarm build. So if we could find Siphon, unfortunately, the only way I found to get Siphon is through the upgrades. Perfect. Let's get some more of this going. It's the only way I've found to actually get Siphon. I do wish there was a Cosmion that would give you Siphon. But I have not found one yet. And by I have not found one, I mean they're not in the game. There's another Crabsy. I think I am going to take another Crabsy, and then once we get it, I'm going to get another Suigeko. I should have paid attention to how much flow we had, but I think at this point I'm just going to hold on to it and save it. There's another Sugeko. Perfect. So we're going to grab that next round, and then of course we need a bunch more storage, a bunch more inventory space, and then hopefully we can just make this work. But yeah, Siphon, basically for every point of Siphon, whenever a Cosmion attacks, you recover that much health. So if we have a bunch of different attackers, then obviously we will gain a bunch of life. Now, the downside, so let's see. So we have haste here, which is pretty good. The question is it worth... Do we want to keep the haste, or do we want to re-roll and try and find something better? Honestly, all these are... Well, Minuscule Army doesn't really matter for us, because all our guys are basically free. But Win-Win and Fast are both, like, really good. But again, do I want to go for the Siphon? I kind of do. Okay, let's reroll. Let's high roll. If you have more Cosmions than your opponent, inflict 10 brittle. Well, we are very likely to have more Cosmions because we have so many small ones. So more is actually probably pretty good for us. And brittle, opponent takes 5% more damage from Cosmions. So if you have 10, that's 50% more damage. That seems pretty good. Okay, let's go more. So we got the Sugeko here that we can pop in, which is already... Well, actually, we don't need it maxed out there, right, because I needed to target one of these here. But I think it's fine for now because I can't fit the Crabsy in anyway until we get some more space. We do have a little bit more regen. I think at this point I do want the regen here just because, again, we unfortunately don't have the Siphon. So I need some kind of health regen. The way, basically, there are a couple things that I would like to get. For one, I would like to get an air duct. I would like to get Duck and Air Essence. And mostly because that Cosmion counters stun builds or electrocute builds. And I need the regen because basically spike regen builds are gonna like hard counter us. So I need that. Now I'm probably just actually gonna grab the Slimy here. I'm gonna take a little bit of regen off for this to get another air Slimy. Let's see, but we gotta find, there we go. Bunch more space. Let's go ahead and fill her up. And actually let's do something like this. So I'm gonna pull these out, pull that out, so that way we can do this, do that. Take this out, put this over here, so that way it triggers on these now. And this is per Cosmion inside, so we can eventually... Actually, we can just do that now. All right, there's another Kriko, so let's go ahead and grab him. Man, the game really wants us to play Hawkista. We might have to do... I don't think I've ever seen so many Hawkistas in a run in my life. Okay, let's keep going. There's another Air Essence, so we want that. Probably not. We don't really have much need for it. Although, maybe we do, because we already have an Air Mirror, so if another Capira comes up, then we can make a Air Capira. Okay. It's enough... It's enough reason there for me. Let's go ahead and get the fast zone. And I'm going to go ahead and pop these guys into the fast zone. So that way they attack a little bit faster. Okay, start the duel. Get it done. Yeah, see, this is the exact build that I was talking about. The spike regen build. We just get obliterated. Like, look at our spike damage. I mean, look at their spike damage. It's absurd. So yeah, so no surprise there to lose that one. Yeah, we got a ways to go here in terms of clearing this one out and getting the win. Let's see here. I don't really want to buy some more tigers. Honestly, I'm going to do this just because it's going to look prettier. Yes, that is a tactical decision. Aedicus, very, very strong legendary that we're going to be picking up. Gets us haste, gets us clarity, and Cosmions trigger faster. Now, the downside to this is I'm going to have to refigure out how I'm organizing all of these, which is upsetting. That being the case, yeah, let's go ahead and take a pause, and I'm gonna reorganize all this. Be right back. Alrighty, here we go. So we are given the Kriko a little bit more haste, although maybe it should go to a Plin, but that's definitely the easiest way to get it done. We're also getting a little bit more attack speed here because of the fast box there behind there. We got both of our Air Slimies targeting Gale Wing, because obviously Gale Wing's doing the most damage. And that kind of helps out a little bit with spike builds, given that if we can get Gale Wing doing more damage than our Swarm, then there's going to be obviously some benefit there, getting a lot of big hits in as opposed to a lot of little hits. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see. Hopefully don't run into another spike build. Okay, well, no spike build. It is unfortunately a stun build. Stun builds are also going to be quite difficult for us, but yeah, see, getting this cooldown to 1.48 seconds, not too bad, and we don't really have a lot of crit damage on it, but totally fine. Yeah, I mean, Gale Wing doing just all the damage here. Yeah, so they were lucky. They got the Siphon, unfortunately. If we had the Siphon, we would be in great shape right now, but we're kind of scraping by here, to be completely honest. Let's go ahead and put these together. We do have the Kriko. I guess we're going to grab the Kriko. Why not? Because that fills out the other melee slot here for Crabsy. Here we go. High Dicist is perfect. That's like exactly what we're looking for. Now the question is, where are we going to put it? We're actually going to put it, this is actually a really perfect spot, although, you know, we are using our Cosmions inside consume less, although it doesn't really matter. We have plenty of energy to go around here. So we are going to be gaining strength upon cooldown, and when we do get it, we're going to be getting basically 2 strength, right? Because ultimately strengthen gives a damage, and then linked attackers benefit from it twice, so we're going to be getting 2 attack here, and with the crits, you know, we're going to be getting double damage from it. And at this point, Gale Wing is attacking faster than Plin. We can also just go ahead and throw, I mean, really anybody else, any other attacker is going to benefit from this, although Plin is probably the best one. But if we put Plin here, we can't get the energy conservation, but I think that's actually fine. Yeah, so let's do that. Since Plin is one of our fastest attackers, we'll do that. We can do, let's see, we don't need anything stacking there, don't need anything stacking here. We do need a melee attacker here. Okay, so I think we're short on melee attackers, though. Yeah, because I could put, I think that's fine. We're getting extra flow from here. We're losing a little bit of flow at the start, but I think that's fine. We do this. Reroll, see what we can get. There's another Plin, but we don't really need Plin. Okay. So really hoping to not, well, that was fast. Before I could say anything, we got the win. There's an Etheru, which we don't need anymore. There we go. There's a bunch more space, so let's take advantage of that. I think at this point, let's see. So if I get the 6, that leaves 2. That leaves no space for this. So I think my best play is probably to play for a 3 and a 2. Put this up here. Question is, what else do I want at this point? What am I looking for? Not Serenius. Serenius is not what we're looking for. Could go for Omnicore. Omnicore would be super nice and is perfect right there, so we're going to take it. Let's see. Do we need anything here? We could turn this into a rare, but we already have a rare. There's no real sense in doing that. Okay, start the duel. I think at this point, really, like, I kind of just want to duck the... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, can we kill fast enough? Holy crap, we're killing fast. We're killing extremely fast. I think at this point, ideally, I just want a duck. Getting a duck would be very good. Oh, there's another Age Kiss. Oh, the question is, can we fit it in? Honestly, if we pull this down, pull you in here. Hang on, do we even need this? Because while it's good, the question really is, can I get it to trigger what we need, and is that even what we need? Our damage is good. We've been killing things very fast, so I don't think damage is actually what we need. So I'm actually going to... It seems weird, but I'm actually going to save my coins and actually not buy another one. Maybe that's completely wrong, but in my head, logically, that works. So we do have a parry. Actually, we have a demon core. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. That's almost a good spot. That actually is a good spot. So I'm actually going to take advantage of that. Let's see. Do you have better accuracy? Yeah, you have better accuracy too. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure, to be completely honest, what it is I'm looking for to finish this out. Again, I guess it is just... Oh boy, that... Okay, I thought that was going to be closer than it was. I guess it might just be the duck. When the opponent is below 50%, deal 50% more damage. While that is pretty strong, how are we doing on energy? If we lose Air Mirror, we get Grimjaws, which is another heavy attacker. It's a slower cooldown. Do I need that? I don't think I do. It seems cool, but I don't think it really fits with what we're doing. It's a bit slow on cooldown. And while it hits hard and could potentially help against going for I'm going to stop. Spike builds. That's what I was going for. I had a mini stroke there. I apologize. Oh, let's see here. Do we want... Let's just get another Crabsy here. Let's fill that in. How are we doing on accuracy? We could use a little bit more accuracy. For sure. For sure. I don't think... We're not doing Clues. We're way too late on the Clues. Valkyrie's a cool one, but we're not in a Valkyrie build here. It's a lot of health restoration, but that's just not what we're doing. Again, I wish there was a way that we could get Siphon not strictly from upgrades. I wish there was a way we could get it through Cosmions. Man, Eclipse would be hot. God, this... What is that? Hakis number 4? Eclipse would be hot. Eclipse is just like always good. Do I even have enough? I have Omnicores, but those are going to be a little bit harder to... Yeah, Omnicores I'm not going to be able to put next to her. I do have a couple Air Slimies, but then I'm moving them away from Gale Wing. But I can put them on the trigger on Eclipse, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I think Eclipse is good enough to grab. Gonna get a bit more accuracy here. Let's take a look at how our accuracy actually looks. Okay, yeah, we're at 100% here. Wow, these fights are going extremely fast. Okay, so we have an epic here. If I can find a 2 spacer, then that will help me out a lot here, I think. Oh wow, we have another Dices. That might actually just be better. Is it better? I mean, honestly, I'm not even going to go with Eclipse because, well, okay, maybe let's think about this. So if we grab Eclipse, we're stealing buffs, but at the same time, the only things that I would necessarily want to steal is like the thorns off an opponent. But the chances that we survive long enough for this to go off, because our fights are going very fast. Yeah, I've already talked myself out of it. We're not going to go Eclipse. We kill so fast. And so that being said, do I want another hit Dices? I do. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move. At this point, I think we're good with the Tigers. I don't think we need all these. I'm going to hold on to one just in case I need to fill it out. But yeah, we're going to grab this, put you there. Who else can we move around? I can move Baby Dragon, but then I'm going to lose out on my Demon Core. So we can probably find something else put there. Because that's a little weird. Or I could even potentially move this over here. This over here. We do lose one out there, but then if we get a 2-spacer, we can put someone there. Okay, so we need another attacker to slide down here. Wow, just another one? Okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we are doing. Honestly, I should probably line it up with Gale Wing. Let's see if we can't... Let's see. Can we find something else? Hey, here's our duck. Okay, so we can grab this. Let's go ahead and reorganize, because now I definitely want to... We're going to sell this. Okay, how else are we going to fit this in? Let's go ahead. Baby Dragon, you can come down here. You can come down here. Come down here for a second. Oh, wait, I don't have enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and sell this. We can get rid of that. Bring the duck in. Let's see, so we need to do... Oh, I also got to take care of these. Make sure that these are good. Okay, that's fine. These are fine. We're getting a bunch of bonuses from here. I should actually probably put 2 singles there. Or actually, no, it doesn't matter. I don't think the math matters. Whether you put it on 2 individuals or 1 single. Because the cooldown on this, their cooldowns are longer than this is. Holy, I didn't even see there was a 4th one here. Okay, we're locking it in. Okay, so we're gonna make our duck or our arrow duck. Let's go. Just get blown up. There we go. Oh man, we made a Burgoon. I did not want to do that. I forgot that they combine. Oh frick. Actually, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's fine. So here's our arrow duck, which I've been looking for. So we can steal a maximum energy. Now, while we don't really use a lot of energy ourselves, some of our opponents will. So being able to take some of their max energy is overall kind of going to be like a debuff on them. But also triggering, cleansing all electrocute. This is definitely one of those ways that we can lose. Now, unfortunately, with the way it works, it doesn't like prevent you from getting shocked. So since electrocute triggers at 10 and then 15 later on, you're not always going to get the benefit from this, but you know, it is kind of just nice to have. So let's go ahead and rearrange this a little bit. Let's see, we might need to play a little bit of tuning here, especially since I just screwed up here and messed up my placement here. Let's see, so we can do something like, let's see, can we do, if we do that, we lose that here. I think that's fine. We put you up here, put you here, actually put you there. There we go. We got both of those triggering just fine. Got another demon core. That's fine. We lose out on the flow, but we get a bunch of flow from here. Put that there. God, I so want to have four of these swords, but 3 is honestly, yeah, you know what? We're gonna build a 4th eventually. It's gonna happen. I feel bad that I'm not taking advantage of this though. Is there someone who is... Yeah, you are not taking advantage. You can definitely take advantage of that over being a little bit faster. Or actually... No, because I want to get the flow from here. Yep. Yep. Get it? Obliterated? All right. One more. One more. That's all we need. So sword time. How are we going to fit sword in here? Where are we fitting sword? Dragoon, you're probably coming out there, buddy. Let's see. So you can come out. If we slide you over here, we can do... Man, this is such a weird shape. I want your wing here. Why is my... Oh my god, my brain. Like, my brain. Yeah, this is just surrounded by demon core, so this isn't really helping us at all anymore. And then we kind of lose out on... Yeah, we lose out on a whole bunch here. We could put Dragoon back in, though. Take advantage of that. But then we still don't really have enough of the sword. What do we not need? What do we not need? I probably don't... Honestly, probably don't need the Crabsy at this point. With all the swords... Yeah, because I don't really care about Crabsy linking. Like, that obviously gives us something to start with, but it's not the end of the world. Do this, that way we get the Demon Core, we have the Army Core, we have all this going, we have these, we have 4 swords going. This Kriko is absurd. Alright, so what do we want last? We can go ahead and get rid of this. We can go ahead and get... We don't need any more accuracy. We can get a little bit of fog to help protect us a little bit. And then I think at this point... We can get a I mean, might as well just get a random buff. Actually, I changed my mind. We're going to get a Matrit. Help out the Plin for some extra crit chance. And yeah, that's going to be the build. So we're at 14 wins, 4 losses. So it's either a win or loss here. Let's go. Let's get it done. Don't be thorns and regen. There is some thorns. However, that was that was blink of an eye damage. Holy crap. Yeah, damn it. That went by very fast. Now, does that doesn't add up though? Maybe does this not count like overkill or something? Because there's no way that they had that little amount of health. This does not add up to 1,000 health. There's something going on there. Not exactly sure, but either way, that was an absurd win there at the end. Even with their 4 Omnicores, just not good enough. Yeah, and see, like, this is kind of what I was explaining there with the Valkyrie, right? Which this is kind of the opposite example that can happen to us, where they're kind of playing the Spikes build, and they have the Valkyries. The problem is we just attack so fast that things just die, or they just die. I mean, they had, like, the brittle was huge. All these debuffs, you know, they trigger slower. This doesn't really matter. But, yeah, like, you can get this kind of healing, but at 4.5 seconds, like, I mean, I'm already attacking you 3 times, like, for 12 damage. So just this one Plin already covers the health that you're getting from this Valkyrie. Like, my little common, he's already out damaging you. So yeah, this swarm build is really sweet here. And of course the Crabsy's getting it done. 8 strength, not too bad. But also obviously getting a bunch of strength here from the swords. 4 hit dice, that's not too bad. Overall, Gale Wing and the swords really putting in the work. Aeroduck, you know, didn't really do all that much, but you know, I was happy to finally put it together. But there we go, tournament over with the swarm build. A bit of a rough start, but eventually getting there. The swarm build is fun because it does use a lot of those early Cosmions that you're not necessarily like excited to take, but if you can use them to your advantage and use them in numbers, then or you just get lucky and you get 4 legendary swords, you know, that works too. The sword is a really, I'm gonna be honest, the sword is a really weird choice in this game. Not to pick, but the fact that everything in the game is a Cosmion and then all of a sudden you have a sword. It's weird. I'm going to be honest though, I do hope that the developers do put in some more like equipment based items. While it's definitely cool, like obviously you have the air essence, right? while it's cool that everything is a Cosmion, I think that adding in equipment could help bring in some of those stats that are kind of a little bit lacking. So like Siphon is one of those. I feel like it's a really, there's no like lifesteal build in the game, because Siphon, the only way, remember, as far as I've seen, the only way to get Siphon is through either gaining random buffs, which you can of course get from Cosmions, or from the updates or from the upgrades. So that's really the only way to get lifesteal. Obviously you have regen, but that's really the only great way to heal yourself, right? Or is there other way? I mean, there's other ways to heal, but it's pretty much all just like passive healing, as opposed to like healing through offense. Crit chance is a little bit hard to come by. That could be something. Like, there's a lot of things that increase crit damage. Crit chance is one that's a little bit more tough to come by. But yeah, I think that there's definitely some opportunity to add in some more like equipment items, right? We have the Omni Core and Demon Core. Those are a couple of the other options there as well. So yeah, I would like to see a little bit more of a mix, just to kind of add a little bit more variety, you know, adds more items, because let's be honest, items are way easier to design stylistically or visually speaking than Cosmions are, right? I think we could probably all put together, if we had to, like 10 different types of swords, then we could 10 different types of Cosmions, or Pokemon, or Digimon, or any other Mon that is out there, right? It's much easier to create inanimate objects than they are animate objects. But I'm kind of rambling here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the build, you had a fun time, would you kindly smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, do all the things, comment, like, you know, all that stuff. Thank you guys. I've been Ganyonz. See y'all next time.